All right, my people, it's a major update in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu versus the federal government of Nigeria. And officially, the federal government has closed their case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this is why I'm here to explain to you some few things and what it means and what you should understand and what you should know about the Federal Government Council closing their case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, listen very, very carefully. I'm not a legal practitioner. I'm not a legal luminary, but I've been able to make some researches. I've been able to ask some friends who are legal luminaries and the explanation on that. And some senior advocates of Nigeria have been able to get across to them. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. This next phase is very, very critical. It's very, very critical. Right now, KANU'S legal team is making a move which they call a no-case submission. What does it mean? I want you to keep your ears open. Let me explain to you so that you'll be able to understand. It simply means that they are telling the court the prosecution team has failed. That is the federal government team, that they have failed to prove any solid case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That there is no reason for their client, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to defend himself again. So now, if the court agrees with this argument, guess what? Kanu may be discharged without even opening his own defense again. Nnamdi Kanu will just be discharged. That is what it means. But if the court rejects it, then the defense, that is Nnamdi Kanu's counsel, the defense team, they must go ahead and prove their own side of the story. The court has now given 14 days to Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers to file this no-case submission. And then the government will have another 14 days to reply. That's what it means. Now, all eyes are on Justice Omotosho, who has adjourned this case to July 18. July 18, I want you to mark the date, when he will now hear the both sides argue this critical point. The both sides, that is the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the counsel to the federal government of Nigeria. Now, for some legal experts, like I told you, that I was able to get across, they said that this no-case submission is a very smart legal strategy. If it works, it will bring this trial to an end faster than expected. Are you getting it now? So what do you think? Will the court accept the no-case submission and discharge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Case, the prosecution has closed the case because the case lacks evidence, strong evidence. The only evidence these people are presenting against Nnamdi Kanu that they said they charged for terrorism is 5 witnesses, gossip from newspaper, with too weak evidence, too much weak evidence. This is not about Nnamdi Kanu. This is about all of us speaking the truth to power in this country called Nigeria. If it can happen to Nnamdi Kanu, it can happen to you too as well. So as we speak, Nnamdi Kanu defense legal team, they are not backing down. So they are filing a no case, to tell them that Nnamdi Kanu no get case, so leave him, let him go. All right. So Nnamdi Kanu is still fighting for freedom. The fight for freedom is still on. He will be back in the courts by 18th of July. Even me, while I did your front light, I'm still also going to the courts on the 17th of July next month. Don't forget, I was charged for treason. And since then, they'll be adjourning. No evidence, no witness. This is a fight for freedom, and we will not back down. I will not stop saying the truth to power, either they like it or not. Free Nnamdi Kanu now, because no case. No case. No case.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Thursday, the 19th day of June 2025. Everything I'm going to say in this video is from my own opinion. It's from my experience of following this Nnamdi Kanu case. So I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a presiding judge. I don't have any legal degree or even legal diploma. So let's get it started. Today, the Federal Republic of Nigeria closed its case against Nnamdi Kanu. The court granted the defense 14 days to file its written address on a no-case submission and 14 days to prosecution to respond. The court then adjourned to 18th of July. What that means is that the Nigerian government has finally closed their case on Nnamdi Kanu matter, meaning everything they have against Nnamdi Kanu, they have deposited it in court. They don't have any other thing again against him. And the court now said that the defense team has been given 14 days from today to file they call it a no case. Okay, that is for them to come out to say, look at what happened. This is our argument. This is the reason why we said what the federal government presented before the court has no basis. So, and after that, the prosecution team, that is the Nigerian government side, are going to respond to what Nnamdi Kanu side we filed. Then after that, on 18th of July, then they will come back to court. And I think after that 18, if there is no judgment on that day, they will fix another date for judgment as well. Now, I think I should be able to say that the Justice James Omotosho did as he said. What do I mean? I'm only talking about the accelerated hearing. During the time of Justice Binta Nyako, I'm not saying Justice Binta Nyako is this or that, I'm just trying to share my own opinion. During the time of Justice Binta Nyako, the case was like, what is this? Everyday quarrel in the court because Binta Nyako, Nnamdi Kanu and his team don't have confidence that she's going to do what is right. So they were trouble during that time before Justice James Omotosho came in. I'm not saying that, oh, I have full confidence in Nigeria judiciary or I this or that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But at least Justice James Omotosho said that Nnamdi Kanu have stayed long enough in the detention. That when he was arrested the first time, I think he was how many years? 40 something, now he's 50 something after 10 years, that he's determined to make sure that this case will come to an end. And I think he did it today. The case has come to an end. So within next 2 days in court, the judgment will be ready. So I think that is the reason why I said, yeah, he tried, he did according to what he said. So I'm not a lawyer, as I said before, but let us look forward to seeing how the outcome is going to be. But when I analyze how the judgment, everything went through, I am confident that Nnamdi Kanu don't have that too much case, according to how people elaborated it. As if Nnamdi Kanu took knife to cut people's neck, as if Nnamdi Kanu, they saw him with gun and all those things. But at the end of the case, I also thank the defense team of Nnamdi Kanu because, you know, presenting an evidence before the court, bringing someone before the court is not the issue. The issue is, do you have the ability and what it takes, the evidence and the requirement to prove your case? That was where the federal government side flopped, because every argument they brought to the court, for example, the issue of NSAS, that was number one powerful thing that the federal government thought they could use to take Nnamdi Kanu down. The issue of NSAS, that Nnamdi Kanu commanded people to bond all those buses. Now, they asked them, no problem, bring those people who bond the buses that they arrested and ask them whether Nnamdi Kanu sent them, number one. Bring the plate number of the buses to confirm that, yes, these are the buses they burned. All those things they were unable to bring in. So it's not enough to come out to say, Tinubu killed Donald Trump. It's a statement. I can make that statement. That Tinubu is the one that massacred people in Benue. I can make that statement. Do I have the proof that Tinubu killed those people in Benue State? So anybody that alleged must prove. Now, after that, they started talking about that someone said Nnamdi Kanu asked him to kill 2,000 people and the person was able, no, 30,000 people. The person was able to kill 2,000 people. And at the end, they asked them to bring evidence. They started bringing Vanguard, the online newspaper. Okay, the Vanguard online newspaper now. Call the person that posted that thing to bring evidence. Oh, nowhere to be found. Do you interview the journalist? No. The person that said this, do you arrest him and interview him? No. So where do you see your proof that Nnamdi Kanu sent him to do that? That was another flop. Then they started talking about the issue of broadcasting. Issue of broadcasting, I think at the end, Nnamdi Kanu will be guilty about the issue of broadcasting for bringing radio equipment into Nigeria that is supposed to go through the license. If I bring broadcasting equipment to Nigeria by violating what is it called, Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation license something. I read it. The fine is not above 1 million naira. The fine is 500,000 to 2 million. So is that why you hold somebody for 10 years for bringing radio equipment? The fine is 500,000 to 2 million naira. Is that why? What is another case again? You know, there are so many laughable cases they brought against Nnamdi Kanu. For me, the senior advocate of Nigeria that also came in to join Ejimako, they tried, because where I see that they did a marvelous job was during cross-examination, because cross-examination is a tool. I will not call it just a process. It's a tool to veto every evidence they brought against you, because you've got to ask the person question. Whether the person is lying, you will discover that. Sometimes they will say this during the evidence. During cross-examination, they will say the opposite. They said that Nnamdi Kanu was happy when he was testifying when he came to Nigeria. Then they asked them to bring the video evidence. They brought the video. The judge saw that Nnamdi Kanu was telling them, I need my lawyer. This is the third time I'm granting an interview without my lawyer. The law says I should not grant an interview without my lawyer. That was where Justice James Omotosho said, no, I will not admit those things. So when you look at all these things, you will see that it is because of hatred that is making them to keep Nnamdi Kanu, not any other thing. Because of hatred. The terrorists that was declared wanted have killed over 1,000 people, Ado and Yero. The military is still having meeting with him. Nobody is saying anything. The Neetiala leader that was charged for treason for sponsoring Fulani bandits, the reason nobody knows the reason why. So because Nnamdi Kanu's name sounds Igbo, or because they hate him for his influence, this man has never carried weapon against anybody. If you are an adult and someone said Nnamdi Kanu preached that made him to carry weapon, if you are an adult, if someone send you to carry weapon, see, you that carry that weapon, you are the one that the law is going to hold. You are not a minor. But if the person is a minor, if you ask him to even carry weapon to go and do something, if they catch him, he say you are the one that sent him, the law will leave the minor and hold you, because the person is a minor, not an adult, bringing cases of proxies. The whole case the federal government brought against Nnamdi Kanu are proxy cases. Only one case for bringing radio equipment. Do not forget that from the beginning of the case, the DSS told the court, that is the first day of Justice James Omotosho handling the case, they told the court that they did not find anything terrorism or incriminating against Nnamdi Kanu apart from the radio equipment. This thing is clear. They sponsored news outlets like Vanguard News, Premium Times, all those things. The reason why I use the word they sponsor, it's allegedly, but the way they publish things against Nnamdi Kanu, that is the reason why he said they sponsored them to be deceiving the public about Nnamdi Kanu, portraying him to be evil, of which he is not. So another thing they said, Opuzodema said Nnamdi Kanu was the one that killed people in Imo State. Okay, bring the video now. They brought the video. Opuzodema was saying the killing in Imo State is not from my pulp. That was another flaw. They keep on dying in the court. Or just to make sure that they convinced an innocent man. Apart from that, they say Nnamdi Kanu is the one that asked them to do the prison break in Imo State. All right, are you there? Bring the surveillance. There are cameras around there. Up to today, the reason why they did not release the camera is because the security operative, Nigeria security operative, they were responsible for that outbreak. Another evidence shows that DSS and military kill people in a war. Contrary to what DSS presented, that it was IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu. And the question continues, who is not killing people in Enugu? Who is not killing people in Ebonyi? Who is not killing the people in Abia State? And from across the nation, Osun, Ekiti, Delta, Edo, all this Benue, who is now killing these people? So, it is so unfortunate that the hate and animosity against this man has no limit. And the DSS as well, they should understand one thing. Everything you are doing because they are paying you how much? 200,000, 150,000, 100,000. Everything you are doing in the name of order. You should be able to do it because very soon you will still leave that place. You are not going to stay there forever. The reason why I'm saying this, any day of Nnamdi Kanu court case, they will go and block road far away from court. They will block it like what they did today.
So finally, Nigerian government closes its case against our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the defense team are expected to respond in coming days by 20th of June 2025. Anyway, my lovers, in order to clarify ourselves, all Biafrans all over the world, the ambiguity of this legal term known as no case submission as it surfaced during Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial proceedings today versus federal government of Nigeria. Here is something you expected to know. A no case submission in court refers to a motion made by a defendant or the legal counsel requesting the judge to dismiss the case brought against them at the close of the prosecution's case. In a no-case submission, the defense argues that the evidence or evidences presented by the prosecution is or are insufficient to support a conviction, meaning that even if the evidence is taken at face, that is at face value, it does not establish a case that could lead to a guilty verdict. That means all these evidences that all these DSS witnesses, Nigerian witnesses are bringing to court, that they are not enough proof to show that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is guilty of all their allegations against him. So if the judge agrees with the no case submission, he may dismiss the charges resulting in the defendant's acquittal. If the judge denies the motion, the trial will continue and the defense may present their case. Therefore, Biafrans following the court proceedings are advised to maintain decorum and remain steadfast to our leaders' pursuit for justice. And not just that alone. Remember that this is a very critical time for the legal teams of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because this is when both the prosecution counsel, which happens to be Nigerian's team, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal team are going to exchange word. My lord, you know what is going on, what will happen in the court. You understand? Objection, my lord, this and that. That is the next case that is coming up now. So if they should submit this a no case submission, if they should submit it anytime they expected to submit it, they are still going to defend it. They will still appear in court on the 18th of July. The question is, you people claim that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have any case with you people, and are now expecting the legal team to file a no case submission. Good and fine. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is agitating for Biafra. There is a purpose why he didn't just end up there. Nigerian government has called him severally to quit agitation, that he should name his price. They were thinking that maybe he should ask for 3 billion, 100 billion, or 100 million. He did not request for money. He was requesting for the betterment of the people in Nigeria. He was requesting for constant lights, for all these basic amenities that add life to move well. But the so-called Nigerian government refused to meet up with what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was requesting for. Why? Is a question. You don't want the people of Nigeria to enjoy good life? Why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu agitating for Biafra? Because Nigeria could no longer protect the lives and properties of the citizens of the country. Because Nigerian government could not even provide basic life, all these basic amenities, things that makes life easier, things that make things move properly. All these basic amenities, light, electricity, good roads, and network, they don't provide anything. The people of Nigeria are in darkness. People are dying on daily basis as a result of insecurity. They legalize Fulanis moving around with dagger, with all kinds of ammunition, because they are moving at night, which is very improper. Sometimes when you are going to night vigil, you see hefty cows, moving along the road, and all these people that ply at night, it is equally risky. You will see this way, they will cover all the roads with their cows. You will not even see road. You have to enter bush. Sometimes you enter bush and their cows will still follow you to the bush as well. So now the question I want you guys to think or reflect on, let's say drop it to the comment section of your own idea. Just need your own idea regarding this is, will Nigerian government agree to conduct a referendum for Biafrans to go? Because no matter anything you people are doing in this court case, where it will end is either conduct a referendum. We know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty. At the end of the day, it is proven that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty. Since he is not guilty, we need referendum. We are agitating for Biafra. You cannot protect the people of Biafra. You are not even doing anything to make sure that Biafran are part of Nigeria. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now we want to be on our own. Allow us to go. It's a question, all these things that people are saying, this and everybody is jubilating. My own jubilation is until when they will say, okay, Biafrans are free. You people should go your separate ways. I don't know if you guys are guessing what I'm saying. The time that Nigeria will recognize Biafra as a country on its own, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man that is fighting a just fight. All his preaching, all his messages, all of them has come to pass. Are you guys getting something? Remember, the question here is, will Nigerian court grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu his wish? Because if at the end of the day, this a no-case submission is being submitted, and after all said and done, if they go back to court on the 18th of July, if I thought that the final judgment was not given that day, they postpone, at the end of the day, they must surely give a final judgment. On the final verdict, if eventually Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not guilty of all these charge count against him, and he is requesting that they should allow Biafrans to go, with the court of Nigeria under this Judge Omoto show, will they approve or will they request that Nigerian government should allow Biafrans to go? Is a question, no? Is a question. My own is that at the end of the day, we want Biafra to be a country on its own, a nation on its own. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a reason why he is fighting. Remember that 2 days ago, Ekpa went to court and he came out victoriously. The way he's even moving, the way he dressed, you will discover that yes, very soon this guy will regain his total freedom. Same way in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, they have filed a no-case submission. They are expected to submit it in in a fewer days by the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which will be done in no longer time, and they will still give us feedback of any update that concerns this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. My lovers of freedom, all Biafrans out there, you are Igbo, you are not Igbo, provided you are a Biafran, are you living in South, in Southeast, remember to always pray for Biafran to be recognized as a nation on its own. We are not talking about Biafran as a country previously. We are talking about in this 21st century. We are talking about presently, because the recognition of Biafra as a country, as a nation on its own is very vital. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu regaining his freedom, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be set free, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be discharged, should prove that Biafra should stand or be recognized as a nation on its own. It is very vital. Anything that is contrary beyond this is a no-go area. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know is not someone that you will say you have been discharged or you are not guilty, you should go home. You expect him to go home and keep quiet, to go home without continue agitating, or to go home without protecting his people, or to go home and fold his hands, seeing Fulani headers, buying innocent Igbo people. Hell will fall if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not get what he wants. If you people don't understand what this man is looking for, Nnamdi Kanu is dealing with them internationally. Mazi Ekpa is dealing with them internationally. Nnamdi Kanu is equally dealing with them locally in Nigeria. Yesterday, we saw UN representatives flew to Nigeria to observe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case trial. In case you are not aware of it, all these things happened. All we are praying for is that at the end of the day, may God help Biafrans to go back home. When we are talking about go back home, anything that has to do with Biafran identities, we carry Biafra as a country, like your passport, your international passport, your identity cards, your driving license, everything, provided you are in Biafran land, should have that name, Biafran, as a country. We will have our own currency, print our currency in our country, not like Nigerian that use Naira, but they don't print Naira in Nigeria. Before they print anything, before they print anything in Nigeria, before they print any money, it has to be approved from the upper hand. Failure to do that, they will not print anything. Then how can Nigeria be able to pay its citizens at the end of the month, compared to all these Westerners that are paying any child that is being given birth to? In Westerners, they are getting monthly salary. In case you don't know, they are giving them monthly something. They are giving them money. They are giving them money. In case you don't understand what is going on. Anyway, my lovers, wait till I got to talk. Make I not talk too much, because I am so happy that at least they are discovering now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have any case with these people. But they're supposed to bring Buhari in this matter. Buhari killed thousands of people. These people are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu killed Goodluck. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ordered that they should kill 2,000 heads. They should bring 2,000 heads. At the end of the day, they only ended up bringing 30 heads. That person that claimed that he killed 30 heads for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be held. Since he used his mouth to say that he killed like 30 people, what is holding DSS from arresting that guy? Imagine, It is only in Nigerian court that you will see that someone is testifying, a witness will be testifying. You claim you're a witness, that you have seen this person, you interviewed him or you investigate his case. At the end of the day, you still cover your face to testify against that man. Is it a proper way for a witness to testify against any prosecution going on in any court in Nigeria? It doesn't happen like this in outside country. Look at this P. Diddy and Push Daddy P. Diddy. This is trial that is going on in America. You see, Sean Combs' ex-girlfriend, she went there to testify against him. She didn't cover her face. She went even with her pregnancy. The same, the other guy still went there to testify against him. All of them are coming. You will see them face to face, so that these people will know that, yes, I have seen this person. Yes, even their body contact will show you that, yes, they are shivering or they are guilty of all this that this person is saying. But you cannot claim you have seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or that you preside over his case, or that you investigated him, and this man is saying that I don't know who you are, I have not seen you. He's naming another person, and you are busy naming another person. I don't know if you guys are getting something. So all this blah 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 they are talking about, they're just beating around the bush, wasting time. At the end of the day, where it will end is referendum. Every part of Nigeria wants to go their separate ways, because one Nigeria is no longer working. What is your opinion? I love you guys, and don't forget to subscribe if you've never done so. Don't forget to share this video so that many people will see it and come and drop their opinion in the comment section. I love you guys.